What's up, YouTube world? This is Errrjay, and I am back with another episode of Shootin' the Breeze with Errrjay. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about penguins. Penguins. They're fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Such little cute creatures, you know, just waddling around on the ice and sliding around on the ice. No cares in the world. I mean, I shouldn't say that. They do have cares in the world. They are good food for some predators. But yeah, I always thought penguins were just pretty neat, and you know, one of the animals that lives in colder places, and you know, I would just love to own a penguin if I could. They're so cool, you know. But anyways, so with that being said, I got a list of facts here, and I'm just gonna go through them, talk about them for a minute or two, and just go on to the next one. You know, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Shootin' the Breeze with Errrjay. First fact, they were first called strange geese by the people that first saw them. You know, they didn't know what they were. They just knew they were a bird, and they kind of looked like a geese, but they weren't a geese, so they were a strange geese. And when they got the name penguin, it came from an extinct Canadian bird called the giant auk, or auk, A-U-K, and it kind of looks similar to that. And then the people in the southern hemisphere that found them gave them their scientific name, Penguinus whatever, and then that was shortened to penguins, you know. They're flightless, and they could swim at around 4 to 7 miles an hour, but the Gentoos species can swim up to a whopping 20 miles per hour. That's fast, dude. They could keep up to you on land in a car if you're, you know, just kind of, you know what I mean? But 20 miles an hour. That's fast, dude. That's real fast to swim. You know? Jeesh. Their fur acts as camouflage. The black on top makes it hard to see from above, and the white underneath makes it look like it's just the sun reflecting off the water. There were extinct penguins that grew up to 5 feet tall. That's pretty tall for, you know, can you imagine a 5-foot tall penguin? They don't have teeth. They have a spiny material in their mouth that helps push food down into their throat. And they can drink seawater because a gland in their eye removes salt from the bloodstream, and they sneeze out the excess salt. That's fucking freaky and fucking fantastic at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Most penguins live in the southern hemisphere. The Galapagos penguin is the only species to go north. New Zealand, Australia, Chile, Argentina, and South Africa have large populations of penguins. There are 0 at the North Pole. They spend half of their time on land and the other half in water. So they're like a 50-50 species, creature, you know? They like to swim as much as they like to be on land. The emperor penguin is the tallest penguin and can grow up to 47 inches. On the flip side, the little blue penguin only grow to be an average of 13 inches tall. Can you imagine a little foot-tall penguin? You know? Like, that'd be so fucking sick. That'd be so awesome. You know? Come here, penguin. There's no scientific evidence of how many species exist, but estimates are between 17 and 20. They jump before they swim so they can swim faster. The jumping causes air to get pushed out of the feathers on impact, and it allows for less drag in the water. And then to get back on the land, they'll shoot themselves 6 to 9 feet into the air out of the water. So they jump to get in the water, and then they launch themselves out of the water like a fucking rocket. Once a year, they go through a catastrophic molt, M-O-L-T, causing them to lose all feathers, and they can't swim or fish until they come back. Because they need their feathers to swim, obviously. Or else they'd be unprotected. And they need them to fish because they won't have camouflage. So then predators will just be able to see them, you know? Some species are super monogamous, and it's funny, the female penguins are actually chubby chasers. I would get a date with the female penguin, and that makes me feel privileged. You know, they're chubby chasers because I think the men help incubate the eggs. So while they're doing that, they can't go out and hunt and eat and stuff. So the females like to pick a chubbier male. That way, even with the fasting, you know, they won't starve and die, you know? And this is awesome. A group of penguins on land is either a rookery or, get this, a waddle. A waddle. And in water, they're called a raft. I just think those are awesome group names. You know what I mean? I just think they're great. They're so funny. A group of penguins on land is called a waddle. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Like, what else would you call it? What else would you call it? You know what I mean? But yeah, so those are some of the facts I have on penguins. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, I like watching, you know, nature shows, and every time penguins come on, I always make sure to check it out and, you know, see what they're up to. I just think they're fascinating little animals, and they're very cool, you know, and from what I was reading, they're very friendly to humans because they know humans aren't really going to do anything to them, like seals or sharks or other predators, you know? Like, we're mostly harmless to penguins, luckily. You know, I'd hate to hear stories of people killing penguins for blubber or whatever, you know, like, you're not going to get much out of a penguin. But yeah, so that was my little show on penguins, giving them a little respect. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, folks, stay safe. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment, throw some suggestions on maybe what I should talk about. I could look into stuff if I don't know it, if it interests me. And peace.